Free in the middle of the field is Richie Fitzsimons from Offaly, throws in the ball and the game is on, and Jack Kelly forced to break away with the ball, hits one down along this side of the field. Opportunity for the Laois men, but the ball hops out over the sideline. Referee giving it in favour of the Laois men, and it's going from the opposite way now. It is going out. Yes, indeed, we're here at John Locke's GA ground, beautiful appointed pitch down in South Kilkenny here, and the game just on, and there's an attacking opportunity for Laois, but the ball went out over the sideline, and a high ball now going up to the other end of the field. Back there covering for Laois is Liam O'Connell. Liam gets the ball and drills it out way down to the far side of the field. Great relieving clearance. Number of changes from the Laois team is on the programme, I think 6 in all, but we'll tell you about those in a moment. Now it's Kilkenny on the attack. Ball whipped back inside into the middle, in there to the midfielder Niall Brennan. Brennan gives it back outside, and the shot coming in, dropping in from the midfielder, and the midfielder there is Tomas Dunn from Tullaroan, but the ball goes to the right and wide. Puck out comes quickly from Liam Dunphy in the goal for Kilkenny. Long ball way down along the far side. Running onto it there is Ben Conroy, back into the Laois team, of course, after an absence of a couple of years. He was abroad for a while, and back home now, back teaching locally, and the free is to the Laois man about 45 metres out, and Roddy King will take it. The Laois team rounds out to end the roll in the goal. Dermot Conway, Sean Downey and Donncha Harton at the full back line. Podge Delaney, Liam O'Connell, Fonzie back into the team after a number of years absence. Played at minor levels, captain of a minor team, and now it's Roddy King with the free. Rises the ball, strikes it in and strikes it over the bar. So the opening score of the game then for Laois and for Roddy King. Roddy playing at a corner forward, pops that one over. Laois get the opening score, and looking to do well down here in the John Locke grounds. Pitch in perfect condition. Goal mouths are absolutely perfect as well. Tis soft, of course. Lovely ball from Laois. Hand pass back inside to Ben Cry. He hand passed it forward over to the side of the field, and over here to number 20, who's Jack Kelly. Jack goes for the shot, popping it in, but he hits it to the left and wide. So it's a wide each here. We were going to the team. The half back line is Podge-Delaney, Liam McConnell and Ryan Mullaney. Middle of the field is Fiachra Fennell, Jack Kelly. Half forward line then Paddy Purcell, Ben Conroy and Kieran Comerford, and a full forward line of Willie Dunphy, Mark Dowland and Roddy King, and that means Stephen Pickymar is out of the team, was listed as full forward. The ball picked up by Emmett Landy, the centre half forward for Kilkenny, and he goes charging away and he's cutting to the middle. This could be an opportunity. Still going forward, hand passes the ball across to the full forward. Shot comes out, great block inside. Somebody got a turtle, blocked again on the line, and that's two great saves from Laois, and they're back there defending furiously. Long ball to the side, Jack Kelly controls it in the hurl, drops to the ground, tackled there by the midfielder Niall Brennan. Hand passes the ball outside, out to Paddy Purcell, back into the Laois team. There was talks of him dropping out for the winter. Lovely ball to Ryan Mullaney, back outside again to Jack Kelly. Jack does well, he was slipped to the ground. Kilkenny man on his back, and a lovely ball across to Ronan Broderick. Broderick into the team in place of Kieran Comerford, who was listed on the programme. Long ball across to the far side. Roddy King is fighting for it over there. Might get it, will get it. No, he just put down the hurl and then it was hooshed off the ball, but the referee said it was legally so. There was a slap of a hurl in, and the free in will be to Laois and a chance to get the second score. Great defending back there. Two shots for goal, both of them saved by the defence, not by the goalkeeper, and the ball then cleared by Jack Kelly when they come out on this side of the field. It'll be Roddy King again. This one is inside the 65, about 60 metres out. The last one was a little bit shorter. Roddy with this now to give Laois a 2-point lead and a good start early stage of the game. He rises the ball, he strikes it and puts it wide. Oh, wide from a 60-metre free, and that's a bad miss for Roddy and for Laois, and one they could have done within the opening stages of the game. Puck out comes quickly to the stand side of the field here at Callan. Picked up there by Liam O'Connell. O'Connell doing well. Hits one down on the ground, and down to his corner forward down there is a Mark Dowland playing it full forward. Mark goes for the shot, hits it high, but it too has gone to the right and wide, and that's 3 wides from Laois in the opening minutes of the game. Not much of a breeze, but what breeze it is favouring Laois because it's blowing with us here in the back of the stand. Ball up along this side of the field, but they're all chasing in vain. It'll be a sideline cut, and the sideline cut will be to Laois, and back there to take will be Donncha Hartnett, about 30 metres out from his own end line. So as I said, we had another change in that team, and it's Ronan Broderick coming in for that Kieran Comerford in the half forward line. He's a defender. The ball is across to Hartnett. Hartnett gives it back to Ben Conroy. It's a lovely little ball through a maze of players out to the middle of the field, pulled on and getting a tip of the hurl, and the referee is going to give the free from where it was, and the free will be about 20 metres out, and getting the tip of the hurl out there was Jack Kelly, the midfielder. Jack wearing number 20 with a red helmet on him, normally a wing half back who can play anywhere, and the free will be for Laois, and who will come out of the Roddy King will come all the way out to take it. Laois on the scoreboard, lead by that single point, a single point from Roddy King, missed another one from a free And of course they've hit 3 wide in the game so far. And much change Kilkenny team. Liam Dunphy in the goal, Mickey Butler, James Burke, Niall McMahon, David Blanchfield, Conor Healy and Shane Murphy. Middle of the field, Niall Brennan and Tomas Dunn. Roddy rises this one. Can he get this one between it? It might drop a little bit short. Drops in straight over the bar. Good score from Roddy King. And Roddy, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I suppose, at this stage of the game. And the game that has now gone about 6 minutes of play. 2 points to no score then for the Laois men. High ball, dropping in. Where did it go? It went to the right and wide, and that's the 4th wide of the game then for the Laois men as it drops inside. Putting on all the pressure, and a great opportunity here against a new look Kilkenny team, or maybe a second string Kilkenny team, you might say. But I mean, nothing second string about him to hurl all the way. The ball is with Podge Delaney. Lovely ball out into the wing to Ben Conroy now, and he's unmarked out there. Can he compose himself? Gets the ball, hits it in, Ben Conroy, and hits it over the bar. That's a good score from Ben Conroy. His third score of the game for Laois. The first from Ben Conroy. Excellent. He made the space down along the side. And about 7 minutes gone now in this opening half. Puck out will come again. The referee way up to the far end of the field. The goalkeeper in the Roland is out to it, and if there's a little ball outside, and they'll work it out the field. As now with Donica Hartnett, and Hartnett goes forward with it, hits it then low along the ground, down that far side of the field. Running onto it there was the number 17, who was Ronan Broderick, but he just couldn't control it, and high ball dropping in, and it's the 5th wide of the game for Laois, and racking up the wides. And really need to steady up a little bit. It was one of the features of the team last year, the amount of wides they shot in the game. Puck out to this side of the field, coming in to pick it up. Over here is the number 18, who is Dermot Conway, his way out the field, but the ball goes in forward to the Chris Bulger. Bulger going forward. Bulger overplayed the ball, free out given against him. He's disgusted with that. But Laois a little bit of respite then. 3 points to no score, and 5 wides on the scoreboard as well for the Laois boys. Out to take it here is Enda Rowland, about 40 metres out from his own goal. And with a little bit of a breeze behind him, he could well go for this one. He will go for it. Will he have the distance? Will he have the accuracy? Kilkenny player running by him has a little word in his ear just to try and put him off. But Rowland goes for this. It's a massive puck. Dropping in, all the way in, and out to the right and wide, and that's 6 wides for Laois. And 6 wides for Laois, and we have only about 7 minutes gone in the game. Puck out comes inside from Liam Dunphy in the goal for Kilkenny. Broken down. Laois men are there in numbers. One of them there is Mullaney, strong man, bursts his way forward, then pops a little ball across here to this side of the field, and over there to his wing half-back, Podge Delaney. Delaney forward again to Jack Kelly. He gives one back outside to Ben Conroy. Ben down along the sideline, out to Paddy Person. Paddy's first touch of the ball. He lost it. He picks it up again. He turns around and strikes it. If that's the point, it would be a great point. What's the answer? The answer is no. It's the 7th wide of the game for Laois. Puck out will come inside from goalkeeper Dunphy again. Hits it slow to the 45-metre line. Picked out there by the wing half-back, David Blanchfield. Forward again, and he up along the wing. Work to be done here by Dermot Conway, and he does the work and knocks it down well. And leaves it there for his Podge Delaney. Delaney forward with the ball now. Hand passes inside into the middle. In there to Ben Conroy. Ben throws a little bit of a dummy. Hits it forward again into his number 17, who is Ronan Broderick. Broderick now will go for a score, but it'll drop short. Just hasn't got into the game as yet. Out to the edge of the semicircle, and the goalkeeper Liam Dunphy comes out and gets it across to the far side. Mullaney runs onto, did well, breaks the ball down and breaks it down to his midfielder Fiachar Fennell. Fiachar Fennell though dispossessed and loses the ball, but he fights on his knees and fights on his hands and his knees down there to try and get it back. There's 5 or 6 players in there now trying to get the ball back, throwing their backsides in there, and the ball eventually falls back in favour of the Kilkenny men. Mullaney got a touch to it again, but it's still with Kilkenny, worked up along the far side of the field. David Blanchfield, he's knocked to the ground over there, and the free will be to Kilkenny deep in their own half of the field. 3 points to no score. Ball forward, Kilkenny have it, 45 metres out. The referee gives advantage, just hold on a little bit farther into the goalkeeper, but the referee's going to blow back the whistle, call them back again, give the free to Kilkenny, and it'll be an opportunity then for Kilkenny to get their first score of the game. And first score of the game, plenty of 10 minutes gone in this opening half. Laois lead by 3 points and no score, and come out and take the free will be Shane Walsh. Still placing the ball, has plenty of time with it. .45 metres out, this should be bread and butter stuff to a free take. The Shane Walsh, the full forward, rises the ball, strikes it over the bar, and that's the opening score of the game for Kilkenny after 11 minutes of play. Full forward Shane Walsh. But really at this stage of the game, he should be nearly out of sight. Having missed so many frees, they lead by 3 points to 1-2 between the sides. Kilkenny win the puck out as it went astray, and it goes to the corner forward, and the corner forward is Chris Bulger. Bulger goes for the score, but Bulger hits the ball to the right and wide, and let off there for Laois. Now Enda Roland comes with the puck out again. He was trying to walk them short. This one's a little bit longer, hits it straight on down along the field. Oh, great catch down there by Roddy King, and goes for the puck, dropping it in, and drops out and drops over the bar. Great score there from John Lennon, who's on the field of play. John Lennon. Didn't see the change there, but John has come on, and we'll see in a moment where he has come on. Excellent point from John Lennon. It gives a 4 points to 1 lead. Back to a 3 point game again. Kilkenny trying to win possession of the puck out. Laois are dominating this game at the moment, but with 7 wides and 4 points on the scoreboard, have has 11 shots at the post. Now the referee will throw it in on the 45 metre line. Throws it in, trying to win it there was Liam McConnell, the centre half back, but it falls away to a Kilkenny man and drops to the side of the field. Diarmuid McConnell now working back to try and win this ball ahead of Chris Bulger. Gives it back to his goalkeeper, Enda Roland. Roland hits it straight and down along the middle, down to Liam McConnell. O'Connell goes by a challenge, hits it on, he was blocked down, and the ball is taken off, and now it's a goal opportunity. Here's a goal! Terrible mistake from Liam McConnell, and it's a goal for Kilkenny. Oh, wrapped up in the back of the net. Liam McConnell had the ball, tried to place it along the ground, and knew at senior level, it has to be said, and suddenly we're back on level terms, and that was a terrible mistake from Liam, the centre half back, the new centre half back, should we say. But we'll forgive him, it's early days yet. But suddenly a game that Laois were dominating. And now they're back on level terms. O'Connell back to try and win this ball. He's on his knees. It's the corner back down at Hartnett. And Hartnett wins it, and Laois win a free out. Now the ball comes to the Hodge Delaney. Then he goes to the long one down along the field. Right down along the far side. Roddy King looking for it and does well to try and win it. Ball up along the far side. Out there to try and win it, Colin Prenderville. Well, they were leading by 4 points to 1 point, but a dreadful mistake by the new centre half back, Liam McConnell. He had the ball about 35 metres out. He tried to pass it. The ball was blocked about 2 yards away from him. Picked up and taken on the run and crashed to the back of the net. So it's 4 points to 1-1. But Laois have hit 7 wides in the game so far. That's another wide for Kilkenny. Their second wide of the game, but 7 wides for Laois, and that goal literally given away. No chance at all inside for Enda Roland as the ball was taken off. Liam McConnell didn't clear the ball, 35 yards out, picked up and taken. Now in the middle of the field, it's picked up by John Lennon. Lennon hand passes the ball across, and to Liam McConnell. Can he make up for that? He goes for a long one. It's a massive long one from deep in his own half, but the ball goes to the left and wide, and there's 8 wides in the game. Laois completely dominating the game. We're 4 points to 1 up, had hit 7 wides as well. That's 11 shots at the target as against only 1 for Kilkenny then, and to give away that goal was really a disaster, it has to be said, at this stage of the game. From the puck out, Kilkenny win possession. It's given forward inside to Emmett Landy. Landy back to his wing half back there at Blanchfield, going for the shot from way out the field, but the ball drops in and drops to the left and wide again. Poor shooting, it has to be said, from both sides. Enda Roland with the ball. A little bit lackadaisical sometimes. Hits a lovely ball up to the far side of the field. One over there by Ryan Mullaney. Mullaney comes away with it. Runs into a hefty challenge. Hand passes the ball forward. Picked up by Hartnett. Hartnett gives it back to his midfielder, who's Fiacre Fennell, and back to Jack Kelly and Nolan on the ground to this side of the field to Ben Conroy, the sleeve blue man, turning and twisting with the ball. Long hair hanging out under the white helmet. Gone away with it. He's gone on a great run through the 65, through the 45, and still going forward. What can he do with it now? Hand pass inside into the middle. It was intended for Paddy Purcell. Purcell has only got on the ball once so far. The ball's bucked back outside. He's on it now. Has it in his hand. Turns around. His shot for a point earlier was just wide of the post. He's fighting for it now on his knees. Tips it away again, but it's intercepted and taken by Kilkenny and taken away by the wing halfback and drilled up along the far side of the field. Over there is Chris Bulger. Gone inside. This could be an opportunity for a goal scoring opportunity, but the referee calls it back. The foul was high on Shane Walsh, and now an opportunity for Kilkenny to take the lead. 4 points to 1-1 we have it here, and there's a 15 minutes gone in this opening half, and dead straight in front of the post from where he hit his opening score is full forward Shane Walsh again. This is bread and butter stuff, as I said earlier, from him, and Walsh should pop this one over the bar and put his Kilkenny team into the lead, but this shouldn't be happening here. So dominant were Laois for the first 12 or 13 minutes and hitting all of those wides, all of them just shaving the post. Walsh rises this one, strikes it cleanly and puts it over the bar, and that's 1 goal and 2 points for Kilkenny, 4 points for Laois, a 1 point lead for the Kilkenny men here in Callan and John Locke's GA grounds. And with what we've said, 15 minutes gone in the opening half, Kilkenny now has grabbed the lead. Now can Laois fight back? The ball's with Roddy King on the 45, hits a high one, dropping in, all the way over the bar. Great score for Roddy King. Good response from the Laois man, and Roddy got hot one. Under pressure he was on the far side of the field. Back to level terms again. 5 points for Laois, 1-2 for Kilkenny. 15 and a half minutes gone in the opening half. Good response from Laois. We need a few more scores. Kilkenny coming more and more into the game. Donnica Hart is doing well, knocking his man out of the way and winning the ball and popping it off outside to Podge Delaney. Delaney down here to Ben Conroy. The playmaker seems to be up in the front. Ben with the ball, gives it back outside to Podge Delaney again. He drills one down along the sideline. But there's 2 Kilkenny men back there. One man who's operating as a sweeper, and that's the corner back inside. Niall McMahon. McMahon with the ball, gets it out a little bit farther. He's trying to stop them coming out along the field. Wing half back is David Blanchfield, a regular senior panellist over the past couple of years. And ball goes out over the sideline, and the sideline ball will be to the Kilkenny men. But the referee, unusually, because it's out in the middle of the field, is blowing for the water break here at John Locke's grounds in Callan. And at the water break here, the sides are level. It's Laois 5 points, Kilkenny 1 goal and 2. Water break over, side still level, 1 goal and 2 points to 5 points, and ball, referee wasn't happy. Kilkenny man was too near to the sideline puck, and it's going to be a free for the Laois men over the side of the field. Or is it a sideline ball? I'm not too sure, just down to my right hand side. Roddy King over to take it. It's a free, and the free is about 65 metres out and it's right on the sideline. And this to give Laois the lead again. Roddy rises this one, strikes it well, strikes it over the bar. Roddy King with a 65 metre free on the sideline. Pops it over the bar and Laois lead by 6 points to 1 goal and 2. 18 minutes gone and this 20 minutes gone now in fact in this opening half. Back outside to Roddy again. Roddy hits a long one inside, grabbed in there and a great opportunity now, going forward, being pulled and being dragged to the ground. Inside was Paddy Purcell, and was he outside the square? He fell in the square, but it will be an ordinary 20 metre free, but it was a matter of an opportunity there. Paddy Purcell fouled, dragged down, great catch. And Paddy dragged to the ground just outside, so Roddy King will take it again. Pops it in, pops the ball over the bar. 21 minutes gone in the opening half and Laois lead now by 2, 8 points to 1 goal and 2. 2 scores in a row after the water break, and a short puck out this time goes to the cornerback in there, fullback James Burke. It's a long one up on this side of the field. Over there, 2 Laois men almost collide. Back covering well as Liam O'Connell. Liam turning with the ball, pops a lovely little ball back to his fullback, and fullback inside is Sean Downey, back to his goalkeeper. Ender Roland changes direction right down to the far side of the field. Roddy King goes highest, tries to break the ball down, falls at his feet, just couldn't get it up. Might get it up yet. Stills got it up. Dragged and pulled, but he gets away with it. Lovely pass forward. Opportunity here now going forward for the Laois men. Surely their goal opportunity. Shot inside, but it went too high and coming off the hurl inside of Ronan Broderick, and Ronan just couldn't keep it down. But a point will do at this stage of the game. Ronan Broderick bearing down on goal. Did he hit that ball to the left of mine? I'm not so sure. 1, 2, 6. That was a point, 8 points, yeah. Look up on the scoreboard. 1 goal and 2, 5 points to 8, 3 between the sides. Ball inside as well. No opportunity now for Kilkenny. As they're going forward, the corner forward, trying to make a name for himself inside. Knocked back outside, and ball bubbling around out there, 14, 21 metres out between the 2 lines here. Kilkenny trying to get it and try and set up a goal scoring opportunity. Laois are fighting for their lives, and they win the ball somehow and come away with it. Great play by John Lennon. Lennon down along this side of the field, and work to be done down here, and the work will be done by Ronan Broderick. He wins the ball again for scoring the last point. Hits a high one inside, but it's a nameless one. This time going into the right and wide, and the goalkeeper comes out and takes it. And Laois now lead by 3 points. 8 points to 1 goal and 2. Kilkenny fighting back. Liam O'Connell grabs this one, turns around, leaves his man behind him, hands on, pass a lovely ball outside to Jack Kelly. Kelly down along the far side of the field for Roddy King. It'll hop in front of Roddy. Can he win the ball? Has it at his toes, tries to get it up. Kilkenny man too strong. Back there is David Blanchfield. Blanchfield with the ball, gives it outside to the far side of the field. Over there to Tomas Dunn. Dunn hits one up towards his full forward. Liam McConnell back covering again, wins a good ball, turns around, strikes it back into his goalkeeper, Ender Roland out from the square and drills one to the far side of the field. Over here to Ben Conroy. Ben holds this one. Good hands from all the players here. Has to be said, Ben goes for a score but throws the head in disgust as he hits up Laois' 9th wide of the game. Puck out comes short outside to Conor Heary. Here he's blocked down and brilliantly by Ronan Broderick, but Broderick just couldn't get the ball up. He's behind him. Roddy King comes onto it, kicks it along the ground. Now has it in the hand and going forward, brought to ground. Referee says no free. Surely a free there. Absolutely for definite. Ball broken down again. Now this time he gives the free, but he gives it to the Kilkenny man, and the Kilkenny man about 50 metres out from his own end line. But the opportunity was there for Ronan Broderick again. If he could get the ball up, then Roddy King came onto it. He couldn't get it up, and then it was cleared, and then there was a foul. And now the referee bringing it out a little bit farther for a bit of descentage, bringing it to the middle of the field and into a scoreable position. And who's going to take it here now? He's leaving it instead for the free taker, Shane Walsh, the full forward, to come out and take it. Shane Walsh in the middle of the field. The score is 8 points for Laois, 1 goal and 2 for Kilkenny, but Laois have hit 9 wides in the game as well. Now with the free, Shane Walsh standing in the centre of it, but Laois have missed many opportunities, but they're playing well, putting the passes together well, and just maybe the finishing is setting them off. Now Walsh crouches over this one. Up he comes. Unusual free taking style. Hits it high. Drops it in. Drops it all the way. Drops it over the bar. Shane Walsh back to a 2-point game. 1 goal and 3 to 8 points for Laois. Laois lead by 2 points. Shane Walsh with that free from 60-70 metres out, shall we say. And the clock will tell us, well, we have 25 minutes gone in the opening half. Puck out to the far side of the field, broken down by Kilkenny, cleared outside to the corner back. The corner back is Niall McMahon. McMahon comes away with it, hits it from his left hand side to the far side. Malani is under this one, breaks the ball down, but there's a bit of work to be done to gather, and he does gather, but he's his goalkeeper back behind him. A lot of balls going back to Nolan, and he clears them well. Out to Jack Kelly, the side of the field. He's a man inside him. Jack Kelly, John Lennon, back inside into Podge Delaney. Podge Delaney winds up for this one. He's going to go for a score, but it looks like it's tailing. Or is it tailing? It's going high all the way. It's a massive score. Absolutely massive score from Podge Delaney from deep in his own half of the field. Gets it in, pops it in over the bar, and back to a 3-point lead for Laois again. 9 points to 1 goal and 3. They're playing well. That was a massive score from Delaney. Clock will tell it 26 minutes gone. Kilkenny back on the attack. And players out here today for Kilkenny looking to impress at the moment. A couple of them are doing so. The ball falls, and it falls to the wing half forward, Colin Prendeville, and Colin Prendeville pops it all over the bar. Good score, knew what he was doing, good skill, and brings the Kilkenny total to 1 goal and 4. 2 points between the sides. Laois lead by 2 points. Long ball on the side of the field. John coming trying to win out and win the ball was Mark Dowling, but not getting on the ball as yet is Mark. Paddy Purcell has got on it a couple of times. Covering back there for the Kilkenny men is David Blanchfield. Blanchfield with the ball, gives it back to his goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is Liam Dunphy, and Liam Dunphy to the far side of the field. Malani goes backwards, knocks it down with his hurl, now has to go get it, and the hurl came in and slapped across him. Referee sitting the wrong with it. I could see something wrong with it from this side of the field. Back on his feet, he falls to the ground, he tips it back inside into the middle, picked up by Jack Kelly. Fiacre Fennell comes flying away with the ball, and he's gone a long way. He's gone to the 65, he's gone to the 45, he pops one inside in the middle to Ben Conroy. Ben wins the ball, but he's been held and dragged as he's going forward. And the referee sees it this time, and the referee from Offaly, of course, today again, Richie Fitzsimons, and Richie Fitzsimons this time gives the free, and the free again will be taken by Roddy King. Missed the one earlier on, but hasn't missed one since, and this one to put Laois into a 3-point lead again. They're on 9 points. They've shot 9 wides as well. That's 18 shots at the post, and 18 shots at the post when we have only 27 minutes gone in this opening half. Roddy rises this one. Roddy hits it. Roddy puts the ball over the bar. And good play by Fiacre Fennell brought about that one. Laois on 10 points, they lead by 3. 10 points to 1 goal and 4. The 8 minutes gone in the opening half. Puck out will come inside from Liam Dunphy again. Drilled it to the side of the field. Jack Kelly is under this one. And it's a great catch out of the clouds by the centre half forward Emmett Landy, and a lovely pass forward taken on the run up by Niall Brennan. He's the midfielder. That's a wonderful score from Niall Brennan, and the quick response each time from the Kilkenny men. But that was great play, great interpassage of play, putting passes together, brings Kilkenny's total to 1 goal and 5. Laois lead by 2. Excellent score from the Kilkenny men. Ball down to the far side of the field, won by Kilkenny again, the puck out, and they're winning quite a few of them. And high ball put in. This will test the defence. Podge Delaney is under this one, but a great catch under pressure. Hand passes the ball back inside again to his goalkeeper, Ender Roland. Roland a long one down this side of the field. Down to the Paddy Purcell. Can he get away on his bike? He's away on his bike for the first time today and still going forward. Gone to the 45, heading to the 21. He's left his man behind him. Hand pass inside in the middle. That was a terrible pass. Jack Delaney had to go down on his knees and then just couldn't get up. The hurl got stuck in the ground. And Kilkenny will work it out, win the ball, and then the foul committed by Laois. But there was a glaring opportunity, but the pass from Paddy wasn't good. It was down to a low, and when it did fall to the ground, Jack Kelly stuck the hurl into the soft sod. Free goes to the far side of the field, brilliantly grabbed over there by Sean Morrissey. Morrissey got bottled up and the ball is taken off. A great defensive play and running on. A brilliant play by Diarmuid Conway. Hand passes the ball forward into the middle, into the midfielder then, Fiacre Fennell. Fiacre goes for a long one, dropping inside around the square. Goalkeeper Liam Dunphy is out to it. Dunphy wins the ball. Leishman dragged him to the ground inside. And the Leishman dragging him to the ground inside was Dunphy, who really hasn't been on the ball as yet. Ball out to the sideline, this side of the field. Whose ball? It's a Laois ball. John Lennon, who was he replaced Willie Dunphy, start of the game. And the Rovers man certainly doing well. Great to see him back in the club colours. Hopefully he'll be able to stay injury free. Sideline cut is taken, was won by Kilkenny, and they'll work it out the field. Out to the wing half back David Blanchfield. Blanchfield, a big tall player, gives it outside to his other wing half back, who's Shane Murphy. Murphy a long one forward. Now can Laois do something with this? No, it's a full forward Shane Walsh, and he's a tidy player. Tries to win the ball, but he's just knocked off it. And great play, and then a chop down on Sean Downey, but Downey doing very, very well down here with the foot. But the ball goes out over the sideline. The sideline ball will be to Kilkenny. No doubt about that. Quickly take it, hit backwards, picked up by the midfielder, Tomas Dunn inside, goes for the shot, but he was half blocked down inside towards the call, kicked away out there by Downey, by Dermot Conway. Brilliant play, worked out again. Brilliant play. Jack Kelly lays the ball off again. Lovely little pop inside into the middle of John Lennon. The passing is brilliant from Laois, it has to be said. Now, can we Fiacre Fennell finishes up inside to Roddy King. Roddy came off his fingertips. He's chasing after the ball again. Has it in the hands now between the fingertips. Hits a lovely ball back inside into the middle of Fiacre Fennell. And just missed the hurl as he was going forward. And Laois putting great passes together out the field. Not so much when it gets in around into a scoring position. And the forwards passing, just letting them down a little bit. But this is early days yet, and it has to be said, with 10 points scored and on the clock with 31 minutes played in the opening half. They've also shot 9 wides, as I say. There's nothing wrong with their attacking, but there is a little bit wrong with their finishing. Now, Dermot Conway having a wonderful game again. A player who's come on in leaps and bounds. But the ball comes back outside to Shane Walsh. He puts one across to the far side of the field. Work to be done over there now by Manani. Manani after the ball, holding onto his man. Doing brilliantly, hurling around and knocks the ball away from the referee. Says eventually it was illegally, so gives the free to Kilkenny. And Shane Walsh will go over and take it. And Manani's asking him why he had a big battle from the big man, and he just got the hands around him, and eventually the referee said it was too much. .31 minutes gone then. Laois lead by 2 points, 10 points to 1 goal and 8. Shane Walsh with this one from the far side of the field. 23 metres out. He stands back from the ball, takes a couple of steps up, rises it, and very, very unusual, but very, very effective, it has to be said so far. Kilkenny total of 1 goal and 6, puts 1 between the sides. Ball broken down by Mark Dowland inside, but it pops away. There was 3 Laoismen there, and one of the Laoismen got picked up a bit of a knock, and the ball goes now to the far side of the field. Kilkenny looking for the level again before half time. Shane Walsh has gone flying away and gone into the score position, but it's cut off brilliantly by Liam O'Connell. Connell did brilliantly. Great stuff. Hits the ball to the side of the field. Out here to John Lennon. Lennon drills it down along the sideline. Ben Conroy comes across to it. Now, can he keep it in play? He does keep it in play. He's 45 metres out. He puts it up and does, but he was blocked down. He goes after to try and win the ball again. A lot of Laois players sticking the hurls into the ground. Lovely ball across to Jack Kelly, but Jack, it came too high for him, but he picks it up again. Good play by Jack. Jack is going forward. Lovely pass inside for Ben Conroy again, but it was too far. The referee has already given the free, and a Laois man is down injured all of that time. I think it's Mark Down, or is it Paddy Purcell inside? The physios are in working him for the last while, and when play will resume, they won't resume till he's back on his feet. I'd say it'll be a free for Laois, it'll be a free for Roddy King, and an opportunity now to extend that lead again before half time. There's 1 point between the sides. 10 points to 1 goal and 6. 9 wides as well. Purcell's back on his feet, but I'm not too sure. He looks a little bit shaky. Little Purcell. No, I don't think he's going to play much more. He's holding onto that left shoulder, which is a bit of a bummer. The physio saying to the management team, and give us a minute, give him a minute, I think, to see can he compose himself. They're warming up a sub, and the sub is Stephen Picky Marr. He'd be a good replacement. Paddy's going to stay on. There's only what left in the ball? There's 34 minutes played, or a minute of normal time left, and maybe another minute or so. Roddy King gets the ball, strikes it over the bar. Another score for Roddy, another score for Laois. from the free, and brings the Laois total to 11 points, puts 2 between the sides as we're just on the call of normal time. 34.5 minutes gone. Ball dropping in for Kilkenny, and dropped in and dropped over the bar. The Devil Mansfield back there popping it in, and that brings it back to a 1 point game again. 11 points to 1 goal and 7. The last score coming from Laois was from Roddy King from a free. Paddy Purcell seems to be in some trouble. John Lennon gets the puck out, goes for the score. John Lennon drops to the left and wide. 10 wides for Laois in the opening half. And we won't have much additional time, I'd say, in this opening half. It's gone into the additional time now. 35 minutes and some seconds played. Ball on the far side of the field, won by Laois, won by Milani. He's as strong as an ox. Hits the ball back inside into the centre, but it mightn't go to his target, and it won't. It's picked up now and picked up by Roddy King. Roddy's going to go from a score from 45 metres out. Is he happy with it? I'll stay watching him. The ball dropped in, dropped over the bar. Great score from Roddy King. He didn't shake the head. He was happy with it from play from way out the field. Brings Laois's total to 12 points. Puck out will come again. 2 points lead then as we're into injury time in this opening half. And ball hit way down along the middle, and won brilliantly by Donnacha Hartnett. The Mount Melick man comes away with it, strikes it left-handed down along the far side of the field, intercepted down there by the Kelly wing half back Shane Murphy. Murphy hits it forward, only about 20 metres up along the sideline, but it's won by one of his colleagues, and the colleague back there is Colin Prenderville, who scored a point already. They go for the score again, dropped in and over the bar. 2 great scores from out on the sideline for the Kilkenny men, and brings their total to 1 goal and 8 and 1 point between the sides. Now Laois would like to lead at half time. Short puck out goes to Milani on the far side. Hits it back inside into the middle. Picked up by Liam O'Connell. Fondy hits a little one over the head, and it goes inside into Jack Kelly. Jack with the ball under pressure and gives the ball away, or does he? Down this side of the field. Fighting for a start. Paddy Purcell looked like he was going off a couple of minutes ago. He said to give him another minute on the field of play. Purcell's gone forward again, and he's on his bike this time. 30 metres out, hand passing the ball inside the Ben Conroy, but the referee calls it back. Going to give the free to Laois, and the free will be about 45 metres out. Now it has to be said, as we're into coming into the last couple of minutes of the opening half, very respectable opening half for Laois, but if you put over some of the wides, of 10 wides in total in that opening half, but they have also 12 points on the scoreboard, and Roddy King with an opportunity now to put another just before the half-time whistle, I would say, because we have to add on a couple of minutes for the water break as well. Roddy standing over this one, 45 metres out, about 5 metres in the sideline, hits it in and puts a bit of a draw on it and drags it inside the far post. 13 points to 1 goal and 8, 2 between the sides. Clock will tell me 37 minutes gone in the opening half. Good return there for the Laois man. 2 point lead would be nice. Sun shining down here. Oh, great catch from Shane Walsh, and Walsh hand passes the ball forward to one of his colleagues, going forward, and an opportunity there now. Running with the ball is Luke Scanlon. He's a wing half forward. Great play back there by Laois though. They do it brilliantly. John Lennon though tried to hand pass it forward, intercepted with a hurl, falls to the ground, picked up again by wing half back Podge Delaney, who scored a great point, went away with the ball still. Coming out is Fondy O'Connell. Lehman, lovely ball over the head, but it falls down to Kenny midfielder, and the midfielder gives it back forward again to Shane Walsh. Tried to hook it from behind, but it couldn't be possible, and Shane Walsh pops it over the bar. And another one that Fondy Liam O'Connell didn't clear, and then when it came to Shane Walsh, Walsh pushed the ball over the bar, and it's back to a 1 point game again. 1 goal and 9 to 13 points. Referee blows the half-time whistle. It's a very respectable opening half. Laois dominated the early stages and were leading 4 points to 1 when a disaster in defence gave a goal away to Kilkenny men. But at half-time, they're still in the lead. They lead by 13 points to Kilkenny's 1-9. Oh yeah. He's after hurling sure as well. The centre back hurling, but 11's Ready to go for the start of the second half then. Ball is in and the game is on. Kilkenny with about 3 or 4 changes now. We'll see who they are as we go ahead. And they're on the attack, and on the attack is the centre half back with his hook from behind is Conor Heary. Still under pressure, policemen surround him, tries to get the ball out, tries to hand pass it away. Does. Comes across to the side of the field, bursting forward with the ball as the wing half forward looking for the point, and he gets the point is Luke Scanlon, and we're back to level game. Luke Scanlon with that one, popped the ball over the bar. Now, start of the second half is vital. Can he get an opening score? For only 30 seconds to play. Back covering with the ball, Liam McConnell. The ball knocks away from him. In after it then is the wing half back Shane Murphy. Connell back there again, looking for possession. In comes Sean Downey to throw his bit of weight in, try to knock the ball away back outside. There's a scrum over there. Ball going nowhere. Referee standing very close to it. Next thing he blows the whistle, he'll throw the ball in. It wasn't coming out. Throwing it in then on the about 30 metres out from the Laois end line. Going to bring it out a little bit farther, heading for the 45 now. In there for Laois is Pod Delaney. Trying to brush it away, but it's Kilkenny who win the ball back. Ball knocked away back outside, and running onto it again is Luke Scanlon, who got his opening score. Hand passes a long ball back outside, and winding up for this one is the wing half back David Blanchfield. But Blanchfield puts the ball out to the right and wide, let off for Laois, scored on the scoreboard is Kilkenny 1 goal and 10, Laois 13 points, draw game. Disaster of a goal given away by Laois in the opening half, and then missing 10 scoring opportunities as well. Kilkenny more eager now to start to the second half. Laois haven't had an attack as well. Their full back is James Burke. Burke hits one high into the clouds, grabbed out of Liam O'Connell. Liam hits the one forward to the far side of the field, running onto it and trying to knock the ball away. For Laois was number 22 Stephen Bergen, who's now in the field of play. Ball put forward, chasing on after and trying to win the ball is Ronan Broderick. Ronan started the game. Ball cleared way down along the field by Niall McMahon. Liam O'Connell under it again, comes off his fingertips. Picked up back there by Podge Delaney. Delaney pushed onto the far side of the field, over there to Ben Conroy. And we have super game to centre half forward. Playmaker hits one right down along the middle. Ball is broken down, trying to win the ball back there. Paddy Purcell. Paddy was going to go up before half time. He's back again to Jack Kelly. Jack is under pressure, all sides. Going to go for the score himself. Jack hits it high, very, very high. Hits it in and hits the ball over the bar. Good score from Jack Kelly. Excellent score from Jack. Made a bit of space for himself, made himself available for the pass, and then popped the ball over the bar, and Laois lead again, 14 points to 1 goal and 10. And the clock will tell as well as 3 minutes gone in this opening half. Laois get their opening score in the second half. Lively player into the field of play. The ball is back door to Colin Prendeville. Prendeville goes for the score, and it's a great score from Colin Prendeville. Prendeville won the ball, pops it in, and back onto level terms again. 3.5 minutes played. Ball is won by Podge Delaney. Delaney with a massive ball straight down, it'll drop about 30 metres out. Up go the hurls, comes off a helmet inside, and the helmet was of a Laois man. And Stephen Bergen falls down. The Laois men there in numbers, trying to win the ball, but it's Kilkenny who win it, and it's a corner back. Mickey Butler. Butler out onto the wing to the far side, pulled on by Shane Murphy. Big high ball inside. Now Laois have to be cute in this one, and disciplined as well. Back to cover is Mullaney, but Laois player got in his way, and then the referee blows the whistle. He's going to throw the ball in. There was a little bit of a pile up, and he'll throw the ball in about in the 45 metre line. 14 points for Laois, 1 goal and 11 for Kilkenny. Draw match here at John Luck's in Kilkenny, in Callan. Fonzie O'Connell in for the throw in, threatening to pull hard. The referee blows the whistle. What's he going to do? Going on to one of the Kilkenny men, and this could be the first card of the game. Very, very clean game, open hurling. But there's a name going to go into the book, and it's the full forward Shane Walsh, who picks up a yellow card for himself. Out to take the free on the 45 metre line is Enda Rowland. Points the hurl in the direction he's going to strike it. Up he comes and takes it, playing against a little bit of a breeze now in the second half, but it's a massive puck, dropping, all the way over the bar, Enda Rowland. Oh, mighty puck from his own 45. And had the distance, had the accuracy, pops it in all the way over the bar. Laois lead by a single point again. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Mullaney with the ball, but just couldn't hold it. But now he's going to have room for himself. He kicked it out into an open space, goes back and covers it. Still hasn't got in his hand as yet. Being held from one side, he was picked up by one of the Kilkenny men inside, and they'll work it back out, and scoring opportunity as well. Hit in, hit high, hit to the right. He's now 15 points, a great score from Enda Rowland from his own 45, even against the breeze. He landed the ball and popped it in and popped it over the bar. So Laois lead by 1 again. Roddy came with a great catch from the puck out, and he pops it off to Paddy Purcell, and Purcell's gone flying 45 metres out, still going forward, runs into a heavy tackle, goes to ground, gets up off his knees, hits it in and hits over the bar. Paddy Purcell with a great score. Oh, he was under pressure. He went to ground. He got up off one knee and gets the ball and pops it over the bar. 16 points to 1 goal and 11. A 2-point lead. Clock will tell us we have just 6 minutes gone in this second half. 2 scores in a row. Following on from Enda Rowland. Kilkenny had dominated the first couple of minutes. They brought on 3 or 4 subs as well. Ball worked back outside and worked back to the wing back Shane Murphy. Down along the middle. Work to be done here, but Fonzie O'Connell just didn't get to it and leaves it to Shane Walsh, and Shane Walsh puts it, all he had to do, pop it over the bar from 30 metres out, but he drives the ball to the right and to the right and wide, and that's 6 wides for Kilkenny. Laois had 10 or 11, 10 in the opening half, had 1 since. Now Roland with the puck out again, going long this time. way up along the far side. Running across and trying to gather it over there was Ronan Broderick, but there is John Lennon, but the ball is taken off him, and she works it out well. Hand passes it down along the sideline. Now Kilkenny will trying to work this one up, and it's Sean Morrissey, now low along the ground. It'll work out for one of the subs, knocked back outside to the corner back. Mickey Butler going forward with the ball. He's fouled, a little bit of a high tackle, and the number 22 in there is Robbie Buckley from O'Loughlin Gales, and hair hanging like Ben Conroy, the hair hanging out from under the helmet. Now chance for Kilkenny to narrow the gap again. 16 points to 1 goal and 11, 16 points to 14, 2-point lead. Shane Walsh standing over this one again, dead straight in front of the post. That little bit of indiscipline sometimes letting Laois down in defence, but it has to be said overall they're hurling well as Shane Walsh gets this one, hits it in, hits it over the bar. 8 minutes gone then in this second half. Kilkenny back to it a point again, 1 goal and 12, a disastrous goal in the opening half to 16 points. It's a 1-point lead then for Laois still. Onto the far side of the field, it has been mostly Kilkenny in the second half. Lovely ball forward to Jack Kelly. Jack takes it on the run and from the left hand side strikes it in, and Jack Kelly with his second score of the second half. Left and right, doesn't matter to whom, the Rathdowney man, All-Star nominee a couple of years ago. That's a super score from the left hand side, and Laois into a 2-point lead again. 17 points to 1 goal and 12. We have 8.5 minutes gone in this second half. Quick response to Kilkenny score, and back after the ball is Fiacre Fennell playing in the middle of the field under pressure. Sean Downey gets it back to Fiacre Fennell again, but he skips away from the trouble and tries to go by that sub that came on, Robbie Buckley. Buckley holds him up, and the free will be to Laois, and Fiacre Fennell standing over, but Roland will come out to take it in his own half of the field between the 45 and 65. Landed one from his own 45 earlier. Against this bit of a breeze, there's not much breeze out in the field of play. We have more breeze in the back of the stand. There's a bit of a funnel down here that runs past us, and now gets a bit of grass, throws it up into the air to see what way it's blowing, and it blows back past him, and he points to hurl like Cullen inside. Ender Roland rises this one, strikes it well, strikes it very well. His second one is it? Yes, over the bar, Ender Roland. 2 in the second half for Roland, 2 for Jack Kelly. This one from just between the 45 and 65, pops it over the bar, brings the Laois total to 18 points, a respectable total, and puts Laois into a 3-point lead. And we have 9 minutes gone in the second half. That's more like it from the Laois lads. Ball back with Sean Downey, the full back. He's under pressure. They're trying to work his way up along the sideline, and he'd over carry the ball. Yeah, he just couldn't get it into the hand. 2 Kilkenny men were coming to attack him. He threw it up into the clouds eventually, but the referee said gone too far, and the free will be to lead Kilkenny, and Shane Walsh will come out to take it again. He's the main free taker today. He looks to the total. He was looking for something else, seeing was there a player better placed. He's only 45, 50 metres out on the stand side here at the John Locke's grounds in Callan. He goes for the moment that long here across the far side. Robbie Buckley. Buckley now onto the left hand side, hits it in, but grabbed in there by Sean Downey. A long hand passed outside, taken by Hartnett, swivels around like he's on a sixpence, and hand passes it out into the wing, taken over there by Podge Delaney. Delaney turns around, tries to go by a couple of players, threw it up the sole. It wasn't the brightest of ideas, and it's won back by Kilkenny, and the Laois could be punished for this. Taken on the run by 21 Stephen Donnelly. Donnelly goes for the score and pops it over the bar. And Laois were punished. They should have cleared the lines onto the far side of the field, and when it came into Donnelly, then Donnelly pops it over the bar. Back to a 2-point game. 1 goal and 13 to 18 points. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Sometimes a little bit of naivety, maybe letting some of the players down, and on that occasion throwing the ball up and trying to solo through Kilkenny men wasn't the thing to do. Now on this side of the field, great defending by the Laois men, 2 of them surrounding the Kilkenny man going forward, who was the wing half forward Colin Prendeville, who's got a couple of scores, and they forced him into over carrying the ball. So it has to be said that the Offaly man, Richie Fitzsimons, being consistent with both sides. Roddy King is out to this one, the sun beaming down, casting a little shadow from the small stand here. Roddy rises this one, strikes it well, and Roddy puts the ball over the bar. And Laois could end up with a respectable total in this game. They're now to 19 points. They're into a 3-point lead again. Roddy King from the free from the sideline. 11 minutes gone in the second half, and puck out quickly taken down along the far side. Kilkenny anxious to get on one. Picked up back there by Paddy Purcell, knocked back inside into the middle. Grabbed by Malani. He lays the ball quickly to Jack Kelly, and a long hand pass to Roddy King. Roddy King has to go around, gives it back outside again to Liam McConnell. Liam McConnell drills one up along the far side of the field. Work to be done by Ben Conroy. He's knocked to the ground on the far side of the field. and it was the number 22 over there on this occasion, who was Stephen Bergen, white helmet as well, knocked to the ground, one back by Kilkenny, one by Robbie Buckley. Buckley hits it low inside, third seat, number 21, who's Donnelly, hits it in high and hits it over the bar. Great score from the far side of the field, while Kilkenny, under pressure, brings a total of 1 goal and 14 points. And that was a mighty score. It was under the severest of pressure from the tightest of angles from the far side. Two good straight scores from Stephen Donnelly, and we're back to a 2-point game again. And ball won by Jack Kelly, hit across to this side of the field, picked up over here by Stephen Bergen, hits it in high. The great score. Super score from Stephen Bergen from Clough-Ballacolla, and he needed that score to get him into the game, and he can drive on from that now. Stephen Bergen, excellent score, brings the Laois' total to 20 points. Kildare, short puck out, and they work it out well. Down along the side of Kilkenny, back inside into the middle, and the opportunity is there now for the centre half forward, Emmett Landy. And Emmett Landy makes Nolan, it's a little bit maybe too loose. But Landy pops that one in and pops it over the bar and brings the 1 goal and 15 points to 20 points, 2 then between the sides again. Covering as well as Blanchfield back here. That's David Blanchfield, the wing half back, hits it back inside into the middle, in there for the number 18, who is Dara O'Keefe. Turning twisty with the ball, gets it back inside to his corner back. Heavy pressure coming on there from Paddy Purson. Down along the sideline, picked up there by Landy again. Turning around with the ball, gets it back inside into the middle to Shane Murphy. Murphy goes for the score, and Murphy nails it, the wing half back. Shane Murphy, wing half back, good passage together. Now we're into a 1-point game, 20 points to 1 goal and 16. 13 minutes gone, 13 and a half minutes gone, shall we say. On the far side of the field, tussling for possession. Paddy Purson, beaten for the ball. Kilkenny come back on the attack again, and they're coming more and getting scores freely. Has to be said, back to a 1-point game. Brilliant ball picked up by Sean Downey, along the ground, kicked on outside by Mullaney. Kilkenny now come looking for the equaliser, and it's Luke Scanlon, hits it into the clouds, and it's over the bar. Luke Scanlon pops it in. 14 minutes gone, 3 scores in a row for Kilkenny, back into a level game. Now is there a quick response on Laois on that far side of the field. Work to be done, both teams making changes, and the Kilkenny changes seem to be working maybe better. And the ball's hit in, and is that the lead? And I think it is, and it's Landy again, who has hit 3 scores. With Shane Walsh on this occasion. This time it's Shane Walsh. Popped in and popped over the bar. And Kilkenny lead 1 goal and 18-2, and a 1-point lead for them. And the clock will tell us we have 15 minutes gone. 4 scores in a row for Kilkenny, and they come back looking for more. And it's the corner forward inside, Sean Morrissey, and Morrissey gets it. Morrissey hits the ball to the right and wide. Now, quick puck out coming very, very quickly, and comes to Fiacre Fennell. Fennell works his way away from him, pulled and dragged as he's coming, bit of a slap at the hurl as well. Kilkenny lead by a single point, 1 goal and 18 to 20 points. But there's the Jesus has gone out of Laois around the middle of the field, and certainly in attack, or maybe it's just that Kilkenny have closed them down. Roddy King making a run to the far side of the field. Roland goes for the score this time, but Roland hitting too early knocks it to the left and wide. Two subs coming on for the Laois men. Picky Marr coming on. 17, Ronan Broderick going off. Picky is on, there's another sub on as well. Tell you more now in a moment when we see more. They brought on 2 subs. We'll see what the other one now is now in a second. 14 is Picky Mar for definite. Great catch from the Kilkenny centre half back. Work to be done here now. James Ryan, he's the player in the number 13, away with the ball now and hit in by the centre half back and hit himself over the bar. Conor Heary. Suddenly Kilkenny have taken the lead and taken a 2-point lead as it's the water break here at Nolan Park in Kilkenny at 17 minutes gone, and Kilkenny have hit 5 scores in succession. Back after the water break. Puck out comes from Roland. Paddy pushes under this, tries to grab it into the hand, but hasn't been working so far for Paddy today as the ball hits down along the sideline. Laois now with a bit of defending too. Back there's Fonzie O'Connell. Fonzie with the ball, comes solo away with it. Now he has to get rid of it. He's been hooked from behind, but gets it outside Podge Delaney. Podge Delaney strikes a long one up along the far side, up towards Picky Mar, who's in the field of play now. Picky on after the ball, being held as he goes over the ball, surely foul. Referee has the hand up, free in a bit for Laois, and an opportunity now to narrow the gap. Roddy King goes across to take it. Picky, the man who was fouled, and the watch will tell me, well, we've 20 minutes gone now in this second half. Kilkenny have got 5 scores in a row before that. Roddy hits that one in, hits it over the bar and brings Laois back to 21 points, and that's one between the sides then, 119 to 21. Time now for Laois to pick it up and drive it on. Kilkenny making more substitutions. Don't worry about them and worry more about the Laois lads. Puck out comes from Liam Dunphy. Drilled down the far side of the field. Out back there, Diarmuid Conway knocks the ball back. Picked up by Jack Kelly. Kelly gives it back inside to Fonzie. Fonzie hits a high one into the clouds over the side of the field. Picky Mar is under this, tries to break it down, but Kilkenny full back went for it more strong. James Burke knocks the ball down, taken by Luke Scanlon. Scanlon forward this side of the field. Kilkenny now begin to open up a little, and as that man Shane Walsh hand the ball forward, and Kilkenny now welcome ready for their second goal. Shot inside, great hook in there, brilliant stuff by Podge Delaney, forced him to hit it out to the right and wide, but it was an absolutely brilliant interception. Yeah, 190 to 20 points at the water break, but just after the water break, great ball inside the picky mark. He was tried to win it. If he had won it, he was heading for goal, but he was pulled and dragged, and foul committed, and Roddy King knocked it over the bar. But now Shane Walsh, who has been prolific on the Kilkenny man, with his 45-metre free, great interception inside by Paddy Delaney, and Walsh hits this one. And from his reaction when he hit it, hits the ball to the right and wide. That's 5 wides for Kilkenny now in the second half. But a great interception by Paddy Delaney. Puck out goes to the far side of the field. Ben Conroy wins it. Picky Maris in the game at full forward. Ben Conroy away with the ball. He's gone flying up along the far side. One pipe between the sides. Kilkenny, still Ben Conroy. Cuts back inside into the centre. Can he finish the ball up? Hits one in. He no force behind it. Hit it straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper walks it out to his corner man. Walks it down along the field. Under the back there's Paddy Delaney having a great game of corner wing half back. Comes away with the ball now. Throws it up again. Still with the ball. Strikes it off the hurl. Hits it in high. In there running for the ball and taking it on is Bodrick, hits it back inside. Now chance for Ben Conroy again. Ben Conroy hits a play across the goal. To Picky just couldn't get to it. The absolutely intention was brilliant for Ben Conroy. He was trying to hit it to Picky, who was bearing down on goal, but Picky, whether he wasn't expecting or not, just didn't gather it. Long ball way down into the fence, the other end of the field. Sean Downey back covering. Dunphy with the Downey with the ball in his hand, being pulled and dragged as he's coming out. Fitzsimon's not blowing the whistle. Still Downey coming away with it. He's got away from it. Bill hits it up along the far side of the field. Up there to Roddy King. Roddy turned his man. Laois trailed by a single point. Could Roddy get the equaliser? Hits it in high, very high. Comes out the post. Falls back down the square. Chances there for a goal. Pulled on first time, and it was pulled on first time by Stephen Bergen. The second chance he's got, and he just couldn't finish it from 3 yards out. Fell to the ground and the ball was cleared. Now Kilkenny back the other end. It's that man Shane Walsh with the ball. Walsh trying to make his way forward. Hand passes the ball back outside to the man who scored a couple of points, Robbie Buckley. Hits it in high and hits it over the bar. Another score for Kilkenny, a 2-point lead. 1 goal and 20 to 21. 2 between the sides, but Laois have had chances, and the last couple of them have 3 at the other end of the field. Clock will tell us there's 24 minutes gone here at Callan. It's all to fight for still. It might be a second string Kilkenny team, but there are a lot of these lads fighting for their places on the first team, shall we say. And now, but Laois have the opportunity of pulling off a famous win. They're letting it slip, it has to be said at the moment. Need to be a little bit more serious about it, a bit more intent up front. 120 to 21 points. That's 23 to 21, a 2-point lead for Kilkenny. And we've got about 10 minutes, 11 minutes of normal time left in the game. Out to take this one is Enda Nolan. Hit 2 points in the second half, missed the third one. You hit 2 out of 3, ain't bad. Throws up the bit of grass again. Can he guide this one over? The Kitog points that Hurley at the target inside. Can he land it there? Hits it, seems to be going to the right. Or is it dropping in? Dropping to the right and wide. And Laois now with 13 wides on the scoreboard, as well as the 21 points to have. That's a total of 34 shots at the post. Puck out comes short, out to this side of the field, out here to Darragh O'Keefe, who came on as a sub. He's intercepted, brilliantly so, it has to be said, by Stephen Bergen. The ball knocks away to Roddy King. Roddy wins the ball. There was a man going inside, but Roddy slipped to the ground. He gives a short one to Jack Kelly. Jack can't get it, or has he got it? It was being forced backwards and knocked to the ground. And Kilkenny come back looking for another score. Great passage of play, back to Shane Walsh, back outside again to Robbie Buckley. Buckley comes away with the hurl being held, the referee's given the advantage. Buckley going for the score, Buckley gets the score, Robbie Buckley. 2 great scores in a row, the last one from Stephen Donnelly and that one from Robbie Buckley, and now Kilkenny go into a 1-goal lead, 3 points between the sides. That goal in the opening half, and these were scored. Now I'm looking at the list here. Kilkenny got to 5 scores in a row before the water break, and now have got the last 2 as well. The ball falls, comes off Picky Marr's helmet. He was turning around, he's now dragged to the ground. Referee says no, it's the other way. In fact, he was the man dragging, but Picky, looking for the ball, came off his helmet, back down to the ground. 121 to 21 points. Kilkenny lead on their home patch of the John Locke's ground here at Kilkenny. Great stewarding, great everything has to be said. Full marks to the local club here and to the county board for hosting the game today. The pitch is immaculate. I'm told Nolan Park Kilkenny is in a mess. Anyway, with the ball, Kilkenny back outside the man who got the last score. He hits this one high. Is he going to get this one? I think he is again. Robbie Buckley. And he has been lively since he came on, and that's another one from him and puts 4 points between the sides. Laois, has to be said, dying a little. Clock will tell me 26 minutes gone. Donica Hartnett has been replaced. We'll see in a minute who has come on there. But it's up front to need a bit of injection at the moment. Paddy Purcell's gone on his bike and it's a great run. Can they make something out of this? Give the ball back outside to Jack Kelly. Jack tries to knock off a few players. Hand pass a lovely ball inside there to Conroy. Ben Conroy, ball taken off and knocked back outside. Not able to make penetrate that Kilkenny defence in the second half. They were in the opening half. High ball forward. Ball Downey went high, knocked his man off the ground. Ball falls away to the side of the field, but it's Kilkenny who win it. Intercepted and taken by Sean Downey. Gives the ball forward. Taken there by Stephen Bergen. Bergen now goes from the left-hand side, goes for the score. That's a great score. Absolutely superb score from Stephen Bergen. Brings it back to a 3-point game. 22 points to 122. 3 between the sides. Clock will tell us 28 minutes gone in this second half. Going highest again over the far side of the field is Ryan Malani. Gets one up to this side of the field. Pull back inside into the middle. Back to the centre half back. Conor Heary. Heary looks at the post. He goes for the score. Wide of the post, just inside. Puck out comes quickly to the far side of the field. Picked up by Podge Delaney. Podge Delaney hits one up along that far side to Ben Conroy. Ben, the man got his hurling, but Ben had to go back try and get after it again. Been well marshalled back there. Still Ben. Tried to hit the ball inside. Pops it back inside into the middle. Picked up and taken on the run there by Aidan Corby. Corby in the game of play. The pass was good run, but it might be finished. Jack Kelly onto it. And the passes are letting them down up front. And Kilkenny will work it out again. 122 to 22 points. That goal that was scored in the opening half, the difference between the sides. Oh, this is a sum run. And in comes Ryan Malani, but the ball had been passed. He came in late and he could be in a little bit of trouble here. Referee calling Malani back. Literally took him over when the ball was, the opportunity was there. It's hard to resist it, but it wasn't within the rules. There's no doubt about that. And what's the referee going to do with this one now? Yellow card for Ryan Maloney. Clock is ticking on, heading to the 30th minute of the game, and Kilkenny lead by that goal, 122 to 22 points. Shane Walsh. Standing over this one, 65 metres out, 45 metres out. Rises, it strikes it over the bar. Shane Walsh with a free. Puts 4 points between the sides. 30 minutes gone. Kilkenny now just are, looks like superior fitness with the teams. But lining up, ball across to the far side, pulled on by Shane Murphy. Shane Murphy got it over the bar. Now a little bit of a gap. From play, subs coming on again. 124, 5 between the sides. 30 and a half minutes gone. Ball forward, taken by Corby. Corby gives the ball back. Back outside end. Two-party done. Up along the sideline. Picky Marr goes for a score, but it's way across and way across to the left and wide. Laois team looks to be running out a bit of steam, that has to be said at a minute. Puck out comes inside from Liam Dunphy. Dunphy, long ball down long, taken by the full forward, going for the score, but it's just wide of the post. Or is it? No, it's inside. Oh, this is a great score. for Kilkenny down along the sideline, and it was taken by Colin Penderville. Excellent score, 125. And suddenly now there's 6 points between the sides, when Laois, a game that Laois had dominated for so long. Jack Kelly across to the sideline, tipped on farther by Corby. Corby had it, but he couldn't get it up. Onto the far side of the field, the free out given, and the free out will be to Kilkenny. Free then out to deck is the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is Liam Dunphy. He launched a high one inside and give Kilkenny a little drop high around the square. Andy got happen when it falls in there. Kilkenny policemen are there in numbers, and the ball knocked away. Back there to pick it up, and brilliantly is Sean Downey. Clears the ball, high one out to the side of the field. Picky Mar is under, but the ball will beat them all out over the sideline. Ball is with that man who has scored a couple of points already. Buckley hits it high into the clouds, and he has got another one. Oh, great score from Robbie Buckley. 126, 7 points in the game. Well and truly gone from the Laois men now. 33 minutes gone in the second half. 4 scores in a row for Kilkenny again, and Laois have only scored twice in this final quarter of the game. Hold up for play, Kilkenny player down injured. Yeah, well, the game has certainly gone away from Laois in this third quarter. Robbie Buckley has hit 3 or maybe 4 points in that quarter. He came on as a sub. Laois have only scored twice, got the opening score from Roddy King from a free after Picky Mar was fouled to maintain that 1 point lead, but Kilkenny have just taken control. Stephen Bergen hit the only score in between all of that. Kilkenny hit 3 in a row, then Stephen Bergen hit 1, and then Kilkenny hit 4 in a row as well, with 3 of those scores coming from Robbie Buckley, the man from Loughlin Gales. Laois have been very, very disappointing up front in this last quarter, not able to put the passes together, had a couple of goal opportunities, not able to finish them off. Kilkenny man down injured again. The clock will tell us we have 34 minutes gone in a couple of seconds, and free will be Kilkenny down to my left hand side here on their own 45. It's Kilkenny 126, it's Laois 22 points, 7 points the gap in a game that Laois dominated for 3/4 of the game, and really should have maybe had it sewed up at half time. But substitutions have mattered. Liam Dunphy goes for the point, hits it in, but hits it just to the right and wide. Couple of minutes left in the game. Can Laois salvage something out of this one? 126 to 22 points. Puck out comes from Nolan to this side of the field. Over here is Jack Kelly, who's now seems to be gone back from the midfield to the half-back position. The pass wasn't a good one, but doing well. And falling to the ground, and as he was doing so was Dermot sub who's in Frank Flanagan. Flanking a corner back. Changes being made, of course, all around the place. Nothing like the football changes were made the last week, but taking it free is Liam McConnell. That goal was a killer in the opening half. Hits it in high, in around the square. Up goes Roddy King, but the ball broken down. Roddy still after the ball, kicks it back outside. Aidan Corby, ball back inside into the centre for Bergen. Bergen with a shot. Drops inside, goalkeeper blocks it on the line. Laois players are in after, trying to force it through. There is Ben Conroy, but the Kilkenny men are stronger. A goal would be great at this stage of the game, but they just can't get it. Kilkenny walk the ball outside, trying to win it and win it back on his knees inside. There's the corner forward in there, Byrne, back outside again. Kilkenny win it and they win it outside, and they'll come away with the ball. Tackle as they do so by Ryan Maloney. Picked up a yellow card a couple of minutes ago for a heavy tackle, but the ball goes inside again. Grabbed out there by Podge Delaney, the wing half back. He's been one of the best Laois players on the field. A long ball forward, inside the Picky. Picky, if he can win this ball and take his man on, drops it to the ground. Picks it up again, hits it back outside to Jack Kelly. Jack Kelly goes for a score, but it's blocked down, and it will fall inside for the full-back James Burke to come and take it. He hits it back out into the middle of the field. Grabbing it out there is Sean Morrissey. Morrissey hits it farther away down along the far side of the field. Grabbed down there with all. Great catch by Shane Walsh. He's had a super game both from frees and from play. Gives the ball back outside. Back out there to Stephen Donnelly. was still with the ball, trying to force his way forward on the ground, over carry the ball, the free out will be to Laois. Clock will tell us we're into the 36th minute of the game. Out to take it will be Roland, about 23 minutes out from his own end line, goes for a massive one, it'll drop in around the square. Roddy King is in there, Picky Mard is in there, up goes Roddy, but they're not going with conviction. The ball down to Ben Conroy with a shot, but he's blocked out from 14 metres out. He was going for goal. That's 4 goal opportunities he's had in the second half. Have avail of none of them. Ball back outside again from Jack Kelly, looking for the return pass, and he gets it. He gets the ball again, Jack Kelly goes for the score, Jack, and he does, pops the ball over the bar. Good score from Jack Kelly. He had a fine game both at midfield and in defence. Bring Laois's total to 23 points. That leaves 6 between the sides. The clock will tell us, well, we have almost 37 minutes played. Again, the puck out will come from Liam Dunphy, right down the stand side of the field here. Players under it, down, he's under there, tries to break the ball down. Frank Flanagan was there, ball knocked back outside, and the referee says there was a foul committed in the free in with Kilkenny, an opportunity for them to extend their lead again. 126 for Kilkenny, 23 points for Laois. Good scoring, but not enough, and all of those wides in the opening half, and then lost their way, particularly in attack in the second half. But it's early days yet, and but it's again, we have to maintain there's not many regulars on the Kilkenny squad playing on this team today, so it's a game that Laois, if they would have ambitions, should have been marked out to win. Then of course Picky Maurer didn't play until he went into the second half. Woody Dunphy not playing at all, and a few more players who would make a huge difference probably. Now with the ball is Walsh. Walsh rises, Shane Walsh, he's had a super game, the centre half forward. He rises this one, puts the ball over the bar. 1 goal and 27 to 23.7 between the sides. Referee says play on again. There was quite a number of stoppages in the second half. Ben Conroy goes high, breaks the ball down at his feet, tries to knock it away for Corby, and Corby takes it and goes flying away with the ball. And then he's taken out of it going forward. What will the referee do with this one? And it's David Blanchfield, and at this stage of the game, with a 7-point lead, no need for that. Certainly was going to a scoring position. Is it a centre half back or wing half back? I think it's the wing half back. David Blanchfield, the referee, with the book out, and calls it's a yellow card for the wing half-back David Blanchfield. He's had a fine game, one of the better players, a man who has been around the panel for a while. Roddy King rises this one, takes it and puts it over the bar. Roddy King, and brings the Laois total to 24 points and leaves 6 between the sides. From that Roddy King free, puck out will come inside again from Liam Dunphy. What does the clock say now? 39 minutes played. Referee blows the full-time whistle. So very, very interesting work out here at John Locke's in Callan. At half-time, Laois led by 13 points to 1-9, having shot a little 10 wides as well. Lost away in the last quarter, and the end of it all, to Kenny, that bit of class, that bit of fitness, that bit of scoring ability came to the fore, and the final score, Kilkenny 127, Laois 24 points. Yeah, and it's a great game to get, I suppose, at this stage of the year when you're going back into a league and you're playing Division 3 football, and you know, to beat a top team like Meath during the week, coming back from the terrible defeat, and they really can't put their finger on it. But I suppose the real thing was, in that game in Wexford, it was 3-2 to a point after 8 or 9 minutes of play, and they never really got back into it. Changed the team at half time, and that has been, you know, what they were trying to do, give players a run. They made then they played Meath, beat Meath on Wednesday night. Really with a great first half display, and died a good bit into the second half, and you know, looked like Meath might catch him, but held on for a 6-point win. Then they came along yesterday and were made 11 changes from the team and brought on 10 subs in the game as well. So you know, I think there's a total of 34 players used over the couple of games. But yesterday the changes didn't matter. In fact, the changes made them stronger as they went forward. You know, Evan O'Connell did well, Sean Moore did well, and Mark Barry did particularly well. So the particularly the three lads who were brought into the full forward line during the game, did very, very well indeed, and got some great scores. But you know, you'd have to say, Hibby, particularly with yesterday's performance, you know, I know it's Wicklow, but these were the teams you're playing, and with all the changes that were made, you know, it was impressive yesterday. Very impressive opening half, and impressive the way they finished out the game with all the changes they made. with all the changes they made over the week, you'd say, where did they go from here? And I suppose, I know they weren't expecting to get to the Burn Cup semi-final, and they had a game fixed against Down, I think, for next Saturday as a prelude to the championship. Now they have a game against Kildare in Dr. Cullen Park on Wednesday night, and should they win that one, they have a game against Dublin in the final next weekend. So listen, it's great preparation, and there's players who really getting a chance to put their hands up for starts. He has played 3 goalkeepers now in the 2 games, and Matthew Byron, did particularly well yesterday. So, picking a team going forward and a first team will be a bit of a problem, but I suppose at this stage it's a nice problem to have. There's no question. Absolutely, no question about it. I mean, he's a hugely talented player and has been for under 14. I know him so well, back to under 14 level and up along 16. Then some managers said he was too small, and I remember Mick Lillis telling him to, who had been a manager with him at minor level, but I think when he came senior level and said to him, go away and do strength and conditioning for a year. But he's that type of player. The strength and conditioning, I think, is never going to work for him. But his reading of the game and his ability to score, and as he's shown for Ballyfin in the championship for the last 3 years in Laois, he's just an amazing footballer. And it looks like at the minute, that full forward line that finished yesterday with Evan O'Carroll in at full, Mark Barry out in the corner, and Sean Moore, could certainly be a full forward line of work. And I suppose the best player on the field yesterday was Paul Kingston. It was great to see him. He was dictating matters. Now he picked up a bit of an injury and told him mightn't be available for Wednesday night, or have to watch that one. But they certainly have the forwards. And a player like Mark Barry, he had a very poor year for Laois last year. Had an outstanding championship, got better and better for Dempsey's then as he was coming through. And it's amazing he's not making the college team at the moment. He's been brought on as a sub in the last couple of minutes because his form for Laois is just outstanding, And it's a lot of players getting a lot of runs, and a lot of players dropping themselves maybe off the panel, and a lot of players putting up their hands for selection for a game on Wednesday night.